that Daring Do picture though. What the hell? Did nobody review the footage before they put it up?
No, that's how we get so many animation errors.
I mean, what makes it even worse is that's their promo piece.
What do you mean? Like their trailer or their thumbnail?
That's their trailer for an episode.
And that's the thumbnail?
No, apparently it happens during the trailer. The whole audience is wondering what I'm talking about.
Apparently Daring Do has a magnum dong. That's the image you've got to open on.
Pretty much.
Magnum Peni.
Alright, so should I hit the big red button?
I think you should.
Okay.
What about the green button?
This is not okay. Look. I get it. I did a prank call with Jasper last week, and Sunrise and Jasper are Christmas colors. That does not mean that my board has a green and red. Oh crap! My board actually does have a green and red button next to it.
What about a blue button?
Yeah, cyan button.
I actually don't have a blue button. All right, I'm pressing the red button. Hello everyone, welcome to this week's Reviewers Web. How's everybody doing?
I'm pretty good.
Just good. Just pretty good.
Okay. Yeah, I'm doing good, thank you.
Yeah, but good.
I am really good and full of anger and hate.
You're always full of anger and hate. That's nothing new. Also, Tatsu, I apologize for the cough, but I threw out my vocal cords Sunday for charity. So my throat is still in recovery mode. But if you like, I'll go in the other room and get something for the cough real quick. I'm not food poisoned anymore, and we are here to run Reviewers Web. Tonight we have with us Aeon, myself, Insane Spyro, Master Code, Moon Knight Burb, and Shoujo. I understand that 2 people may have to duck out soon, so I'm going to get us rolling right in here as soon as I can see the bloody image on my end. Jesus. Come on, Twitch. There we go. Alright, so, Aeon, why don't you tell us what you do and introduce yourself, and we'll do
You
introductions.
cutouts. It's time to make a new button for your talk button.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you get make a new
You,
button.
the cutout has
New
conveniently censored you too.
New button. New button. Fix new button. The audience heard me. That was what was important. Anyway, Aeon, if you would like to introduce yourself.
Hello, dearies. I'm Anne of Dreams. And am I giving my opinion now, or just saying hi?
Just saying hi, saying what you do, and that's
Oh yes. Oh yeah, I'm one of the analysts. Even though I need to get back to doing things. You might know me from stuff I do with Lightning Bliss often, and also I appeared on one of Josh's D&D campaigns. So yeah, good to be here. Hello, everyone.
I'm Fiaura. I'm the host. I work on Fallout Equestria stuff religiously, and I blow stuff up.
I am Insane Spyro, the greatest dragon in all of gaming, reviewer, let's player, streamer, game pundit, and artist of this channel. And I've got great.
Great what? Great what?
Just red grapes.
He said great.
Anyway, I am your super awesome ace analyst, Master Code. Yes, it is I, everyone's super awesome favorite. Yep, that's me. I'm the favorite one here. Anyway, I review everything pony from the show to the comics to the books and everything in between. Onto you, Moon.
Burp. Hello, I'm Moon Knight. I do my little pony reviews, sound covers, and I review episodes with this lovely bunch of people.
Hey there, everybody. Shoujo here, and I'm actually at one of these. I actually was able to find time to come to one of these. I'm so surprised. It's been forever since I've been here.
And the time I went to get a Sudafed, did we get through everyone?
I think so.
Yep.
Wow. Alright, so, in the meantime, Aeon. We are here today to talk about Sweet and Smokey, an episode in which Spike, Fluttershy, and Smolder go back to the Dragonlands to help Smolder's brother. Oh boy. I'm waiting for the rage from Spyro to kick in. But in the meantime, Aeon, go ahead. 3 minutes.
All right. This is one of those things where it's like similar to all other MLP episodes. It's not in a meta sense like terrible. However, this is one of those episodes that I relegate to like I only really need to see it once, and I don't feel any drive or desire to see it again. Now, it's one of those things where you can see stuff coming from a mile away, and while I don't think predictability is a bad thing in and of itself, especially since this wasn't, you don't go to MLP to watch like a thrilling mystery show. It was predictable enough that like when I found out what the plot was, I wasn't exactly all too invested in it. I'm like, oh, it's a paint by numbers moral. Oh, okay, cool. And it didn't really put any unique spin on it. I know it tries really hard to redeem Garble, but like you don't really learn anything new about dragons here. It's cool with what they attempted to do to Garble, but they don't really do enough with him or the idea for me to really like have a changed opinion on him. To be honest, and it does strike me as one of those episodes I would really rate a lot lower, just on the basis of it's predictable, but also I feel like I'm already starting to forget details about it, and I don't necessarily care that I am. I will say Fluttershy was really adorable, though. I really liked what she was doing. But for the most part, yeah, that's all I really have to say on it.
Huh. Okay then. Turns out I need to reprogram your thing in, but in the meantime, I guess that would make it my turn. I didn't mind this episode. It was kind of as Aeon put it, not something that you want to watch repeatedly, but at the same time, what I started drawing was more an analogy for Garble being the equivalent of like what bronies probably were 7 years ago, when we all tried to hide it from our families and from our friends. So, I mean, good job being 7 years late. The overall like adding to the Dragonlands with the laughter fire, that was kind of a new thing for dragons, and I guess it means that so angry dragon isn't as lethal as dragon laughing, which I would think would be a negative perpetuation of the species, until I realized that dragons don't laugh as much as they do scream at each other and beat each other up. And I wish they would be a little more risky when they go to like foreign lands, but that's been a problem since the time that they started going around to places like Yakistan and on the Daring Do adventures. They're not as risky with playing with potentially a different culture than I think they should be. Other than that, I mean, it was okay. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. So I'm going to pass to Spyro. I'm going to pass to Spyro.
I mean, for the minute, I'll just say I did not like this. This was very bad episode. Because I have done, this week I'm more prepared. I've done a Golden Fox and I've got all of the notes written down and you only get 3 minutes. So when you always say, would we like to bring up key plot points to discuss? I'll let everybody else go and I'll bring up all your key plot points because it's not good, Master Code.
The shortest time ever. Okay, anyway, so as for me, I did not like this episode. I have never liked any of the episodes where they ever go to the Dragonlands. I've never liked any of the dragons except for Ember and Smolder. That's it. They're the only characters who have some level of sympathy and humanity. They have loyalty or something else that sets them apart. All the other dragons, they're just paper cut templates of, ooh, I am big and strong, blah, 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 blah. Now, there were a couple things I did like a lot, like Fluttershy. It's always nice to see a sort of Fluttershy. I loved it when she burned him in that one part. I was like, yes, yes, burn Garble, burn Garble. Speaking of which, Smolder, Smolder was pretty good too. Assertive, badass, but loyal, and that's why I love her character. And then we go to the biggest problem, which is Garble. Again, I've never liked this character. He hasn't changed since until like midway through this episode. It's like, oh, now it's this. See, oh, now that we know this about him, see, we totally justify all the bad things he's done in the past, him being a jerk and whatnot. And I'll get more to like the dragon lore and other stuff in the extended section, but I like the baby dragons. They were cute and adorable. Princess Ember was awesome. I love how always blunt she is. In all of her stuff, it's like, who are you? Are you Apple Dash or whatnot. I liked her. She was great. She was good in this episode, and she was blunt when she's like, "Yo, put that rug back" and stuff. So, yeah. Other than that, not really a fan of this episode. So on to Moon Knight.
Do you know the definition of insanity? Insanity is getting your hopes high over and over again over Dragon episodes and expecting them to actually write characters properly. I actually didn't like this episode. Like, it's painful to watch on the part where Garble does the thing when he opens up to the world. It's like when he gets redeemed, it's just like painful to watch for me. And all of the episodes is just like, oh, dragons are stupid. Dragons are just bad people. Dragons shouldn't exist because they're actually risking their own existence. It's like, Jesus. Like, Smolder was okay at the beginning, because after that, it's just like ignoring everything that her brother is doing to Spike. And he's like, nah, it's okay that he's doing it because he's insecure. It's like you're seeing that he's being super mean to Spike when other dragons shouldn't be like mean to Spike or your brother, and you're just letting him do whatever he wants. And then Ember is kind of okay, but honestly, I think they all got hit with the thumbstick. Fluttershy, it's adorable, it's cute, but honestly, was her really necessary? I mean, aside from showing up to like Garble and making him show his poetry or whatever, like aside from that, she didn't really do that much, I guess. Any other character would have been the same kind of thing, honestly. As for Spike, he tries, like he really, really tries to be like open and to share what he's learned from friendship and everything, but honestly, just Garble is just freaking asshole. So I'm going to go around deeper later, but I just didn't like this episode. It's why even write a dragon episode if you're going to do this over and over again?
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm probably going to say the complete opposite thing that most people have been saying, and that I neither liked nor disliked this episode. I'm kind of indifferent. I agree with Aeon where I seen where it was going from a mile away, But it's probably because I've been so away from the show and I haven't been as up to date with episodes that it didn't seem like that much of a problem with me. Sure, I was annoyed that they deconstructed the dragons into just pure jerks and they're stupid and everything else that everyone else has been saying. But I'll get on to something that really resonated with me when we go into the explain deeply part. But other than that, it was as Aeon said, an episode that I don't know if I'd watch again, unless if maybe, let's say, I was doing a review on it.
B?
I think she's broke again.
Okay.
We had
No,
to go for
I'm not broke again. I had shut the cat out.
I'm gonna duck out. Sorry about that. See you guys.
All right, Anne. Thank you
Okay.
for giving us your initial thoughts. Hopefully
We
we'll see
love
next
you.
Yes, thanks for having me.
week. Anytime. So, well, now I'm going to get behind the bunker because I know what's about to happen.
I'll join you.
Who has something they want to talk about this episode? Yeah. Let's start with Shoujo.
Okay, I may have to dip after I say this, but I wanted to save this until the speak longer part because I just wanted to go more into it because, like I said, I was kind of indifferent towards this episode until this one point in the episode where Garble did say that he kind of he lives to create. He's a creative person, even though for the last 9 seasons they have been portraying him as a complete jerk, and this sensitive, creative side of him just came out of nowhere and just got smushed in as a way to resolve any loose ends that the show has, because season 9 is the end. But when he said that he lives to create and he's just scared of what other people think, that just kind of reminded me of how I am, because I am a very creative and outgoing person. I live to create certain things. That's why I love to make YouTube videos and just create anything that's on my mind, because it's just a way for me to express myself. And I'm just glad that I found so many people that are like-minded and create other stuff and just were so welcoming towards me. And just to see this idea replicated in the show, even for a little bit, and that message kind of be like the Deus Ex that kind of saves everything in the end. I don't know. It just really, it hits me in the feels. I gotta go. Sorry for ditching after that, but kind of a little busy.
Before you go, that actually is kind of what I took from it. Was it's one of those things where I know they've gone over it a few times, but they're going to a dragon to show that you should just be who you are and not let your friends influence who you are or what you do. That much said, I'm getting back in the bunker. Alright, Insane. You threatened us with it.
Everybody run.
I'm running. See ya.
Master Code, report me.
Right then, boys, girls, ponies, hippogriffs, dragons, changelings, bats, humans, whatever's in chat. Let's begin, shall we? So let's go through point 1, the biggest point for the egg side. Fluttershy interacted with the eggs on several occasions. She runs an animal sanctuary where some of her creatures would be avian. It doesn't matter whether they know about dragon culture or not. Usually, 90% of the time, you would know that the eggs need to be warm, and they weren't. On that note, she is also a pony, a creature more susceptible to heat. Let's play devil's advocate that Ember, being a dragon, can't feel the heat. Dragon scales are more heat resistant, although Spike could feel the ground was cold. But let's play devil's advocate. Whatever, Ember physically saw Fluttershy pick up the eggs and touch the ground where the eggs were resting several times with her bare hooves. Would you not ask yourself why the not fireproof creature is picking up eggs that have been sitting on molten lava? They are scalding hot. How are you not burning your hooves and screaming in pain? I guess Ember is retarded, like all the other dragons that we'll be commenting on. The floor is open for point one.
I mean, I'm not going to argue that it's like, dragons may have gotten hit with the stupid stick. But then I'm going to turn around and argue this to you. Ember said she didn't lay any eggs. Ember is new at this. And Ember's not a mom. There's a huge difference between what you learn and how to do things as a mother, and then there's those motherly instinct things. Ember doesn't have any of those yet. So...
Wait. Okay, you say that she shouldn't know anything about hatching eggs or anything?
Do dragons appear to be the type of culture that would do sex ed?
No, wait. Okay, you say that she doesn't know anything. Then why did she knew that the eggs needed to be, heated up to hatch?
Probably because somebody told her.
Then if she touched the eggs, shouldn't she knew that they were cold too?
But she didn't touch the eggs.
She did.
Oh.
Before Spike arrived, he was like, coochie, coochie, coo. I said coochie.
I said coochie.
Then I'm going to have to just let you have that one. But let me ask you this. How would you have fixed it?
I'll come to that after I've done all my points, because every...
Oh, no. The rule around here is, once you make a point, you have to explain how to fix that point, and then we move to the next point. So, how would you fix it?
See, every point that I will make, I'm going to tie them all together in a brand new episode. I am literally, because I am a better writer of dragons than the person that wrote this, I'm going to give you a full 5-minute presentation where all these points just go right out the window, and it's so simple. But let's go on to point 2 if nobody else has anything to add to the fact that, Fluttershy touched the eggs and she should know that they should be warm, being she has birds at her sanctuary.
I was gonna say about the creator thing and the brownie thing around the garble. I get it, I get why you might like the message and all that stuff, but do it with any other dragon rather than garble. You're just redeeming here just because, oh yes, you can be redeemed, just like freaking Sehanort, just like Starlight Glimmer. Yeah, let's just redeem them. Poof, they're just redeemed in just one episode after 9 seasons, because we have to do it because everyone can be redeemed in this freaking series, or they just vanish into ether. So I kind of see the point, but honestly, not with Garble. Not with him, please.
It could have worked. We'll get to Garble. But let's move on to point 2, which is still about the eggs and revolving around the hatching, because I guess all dragons are retards that have no self-preservation because we're such a mindless species. First off, I get it. I get what Ember said. Dragon Lords have secret, magical knowledge that might be dangerous to pass down onto a new Dragon Lord if they don't know if they're ready. In Skyrim, you have to go through several quests to obtain the Dragon Rend from Parthenax. It's a powerful spell, so you can't just have this wise Elder Dragon handing out the Dragon Death spell to every passerby like it's candy. So, her dad Scorch, yeah, he might have a lot of secrets, as Ember said, but this is not a secret. This is keeping your species alive. And it's not like it's Garble, a random dragon. It's your own daughter. I think you can trust your own blood, at the very, very least, on how to keep your race going, how to keep your race alive so you don't go extinct. So I guess now Scorch joins the retard party and is just like, I don't know if I can trust my daughter with the hatching secret. I don't know if I want the dragon race to survive. If all the eggs died because of my daughter, it was my secret to tell.
I mean, yeah. Well, I would have thought that it wouldn't just be up to Ember, it would be up to the dragons who actually laid those eggs, because they're going to be expected to take care of the children.
Yeah, and speaking of the children, the teenage dragons, because every other dragon is dumb as well. And let's talk about the main three that we saw. The retards. They know exactly where the hatchery is. If they're laid there on a yearly basis, and dragon sex has had to have taken place, you would have known where all the female dragons are going to lay the eggs. You know where the hatchery is. You know that it requires lava. So common sense, eggs on top of lava, you need the lava in the volcano to hatch the eggs. So what's the best thing to do? Drain the lava and go surfing, proving that dragons are truly a race that has no self-preservation.
Aren't those the teenage dragons who didn't lay eggs?
It doesn't matter. They know where the hatchery is. The females go there every single year.
No.
And one of them's at least male, so there's a good chance he's the father of one of them.
No. See, this is something I have to correct you on, because the way the show treats them, none of those are the father. They're the teenage idiots who didn't lay eggs. Like Ember is the teenage dragon lord who didn't lay eggs. It's very unlikely any of them's the father. And furthermore, the fact is that, like, when I was a kid, we did some pretty stupid shit. Pardon the language, but we did some pretty stupid stuff, including putting our younger siblings in mortal jeopardy.
Do you see ponies risking other ponies?
This isn't like doing some stupid stuff with your brother, though. This isn't like, let's go tire swinging across the river where the rope could break. This is like, this is an unborn child. I think the best course of action would be to kick my mother's stomach while the baby's still developing. Because remember, they're not born yet. They nearly committed, like, child murder.
I honestly don't think they know that those two pools are connected together. I mean, to give them the benefit of the doubt of being teenagers, they're that dumb, okay? Like, they legitimately seem like they would be that dumb. Where those teenage dragons would not know those two pools of lava are connected together. As expressed in the way that the only thing that they said about it was it made our lava nice and hot.
But then why didn't somebody tell them? This is not a mindless cockatrice that's just like... They can speak. At any one point, considering that's where your children are born, that's where, like, you need that place to stay secure. Nobody thought to put up a fence and say, like, big signs or verbal warnings. Eggs laid here. Eggs need lava. Don't touch this lava. You are sentient.
Stop yelling. Because that hurts everybody's ears. But continue.
But that's my point. Like, nobody put up a fence. Nobody... They're sentient creatures. Ember, before any of this happened, Ember could say, this hatching ground, this need lava. Don't touch this lava. To everybody. She's got the scepter that lets her control people. She could have just said, don't touch it.
But they're in the middle of a Dragonland. Where are they supposed to get supplies to make a sign? I mean, they have to go to a Walmart, to get some painting supplies. Then they have to go to the Home Depot in order to get some wood,
And oh, look, somebody sneezed and the sign's gone.
But then verbally communicate it, spread the message, put posters up. I don't know what you want to do, but if that is the area where your babies are kept and you need to keep them alive, put some barbed wire fences up. Make it so that everybody in the kingdom knows. Don't.
Well,
touch
no,
this
they
volcano.
did put a fence up. They dammed the lava up.
That's
It's
true.
just, it's like it's to the teenage dragons. It's like seeing your dad outside working on the car, and you go outside and you go, whoa, because you didn't realize that behind the tire of the car was all those mechanical parts, and you start fiddling with them, and suddenly your dad has twice as much work. Same situation. They don't. I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt that they are stupid teenagers who have not had the birds and the bees talk from anybody. Because let's face it, the Dragonlands don't exactly have a super great social system, because they kick they kick their children out of the house when they go through the molt.
I mean, and that's my problem. Why don't they have a good social system? If you can write a good social system for ponies, why can't you do it for other species? You seem to be like doing it fairly well for your brand new pony race, the changelings, giving them the friendship circles and things. But all of the old species, the yaks, the dragons, the griffins, we don't have time for them. They live in rocks. They live in rundown ruins. All dragons are assholes. All griffins are greedy. It's fine.
So maybe the writers are just racist?
Possibly.
Or maybe they're just like, oh yeah, you have to write a show about ponies.
Do you have any more points,
We
or
don't
is this
care
where
about
you
it.
bring everything together to write a whole new episode?
I've got 2 more points. Well, we'll do one more retarded dragon, which is Smolder, who throughout the episode constantly said, "Don't bully Spike, stop bullying Spike." And Smolder also gets hit with the retard stick as well as the blind stick and the death stick, because at multiple points, especially during the tea party, she was sitting not 3 foot away from Garble when he said, "I don't want that cupcake," slapped it out of Spike's hand and squished it on the ground. It was 5 feet away from you. At no point did you not physically hear the physical slap or squish sound, hear him being an asshole, or look down at the ground and go, "Oh, that's a smushed cupcake. Maybe he's being an asshole." Like, Smolder's an intelligent girl, and they just made her an idiot for the sake of, I don't see it. I'm not looking at my brother killing people. Should I just move on?
I mean, she does see the cupcake thing. She does see that they're taking the lava out somewhere. That, like, she's literally like below when she goes lava surfing or she's below. She can clearly hear what they're speaking, what they're saying, and she's like, "Are you coming or what? You know, you're bullying Spike. You're doing everything, but are you coming to surf?" It's like, jeez, like, how blind, how deaf do you have to be?
Well, maybe off screen she was looking at something cool. Like maybe there was an explosion out in the distance. Like, whoa! And it's like, wait. Oh, there you guys are. Hey.
I mean,
never
maybe.
know.
But then again, she has the problem that, oh no, they never accept my brother because he's soft and he's caring. Yeah, and on the outside, he's a bully. So how do you expect them all to like care about his feelings when he's like really being so rude? And the one dragon that's trying to be nice and kind to him is just like being bullied by him.
Well, shall we do the last one? The big
Go
one.
ahead.
Enlighten us.
The last one. Oh god, here we go. The redemption of Garble. Deep breaths. So, I need to ask the writers, personally, this is to you now. Are you on drugs? Like, are you actually on drugs? And if you are, can I have some? Because whatever you're on, it's clearly good stuff. So good, in fact, that you are trying to turn a borderline war criminal into a good guy. This is midichlorians. Do you know why Star Wars tried to write out the midichlorians after it was said? You're doing the midichlorians. So, they want to redeem him, and a quote from Smolder. This is a direct line that she says. He's a big softy at heart. All that tough talk is just an act. Girl, what? Can we rewind to a couple of his first appearances where he was willingly about to smash unborn phoenix eggs that were about to hatch, so that fetus is pretty much ready. He tried to kill Spike on several occasions, like throwing him into the spiky rocks in Gauntlet of Fire, not even as a joke, as a serious, I'm gonna murder you. You are gonna die. And, oh yes, what did he say in Gauntlet of Fire? When I'm in charge, we will take whatever we want from Equestria and burn it to the ground for what they did to me in the past. Now, I don't know about you, but if you've seen Game of Thrones Season 9, when dragons burn the village, lots and lots of people die. Oh, and doing all of that, you know, nearly killing somebody, saying that they're going to basically go murder half of Equestria, which would get the very emissaries of the Sun, Moon, and Crystal Princess to declare outright war, and then almost murdering children on several occasions. All that is hand waved away. Oh, I'm sorry. I just couldn't express my feelings in front of the other dragons. Oh, it's okay, Gaga. We'll completely ignore all your war crimes, thoughts of genocide, child abuse to Spike, and nearly, like, killing unborn fetuses. That's all forgiven in a single sentence because it was all peer pressure by your stupid friends. And now you get to go to Keyblade Heaven with your brother.
Well,
Wow,
didn't you ever see how Applejack won the war? All her war crimes were disseminated at the end. So she got...
Well,
I did not know we were going to make a fandom music video reference and a Kingdom Hearts reference in the same sentence.
Because that's what it is. Like, Master Xehanort, throughout the entire Kingdom Hearts series, is evil. He possessed people, he destroyed entire worlds, he murdered people on screen. He was your ultimate evil. And in the very last sentence of Kingdom Hearts 3, he pulls a hot fuzz and he's like, I did all of this for the greater good. I'm the good guy, and I wanted to destroy the world, to rebuild it as a world of light where everybody's happy. And because of that one sentence, Sora's like, I forgive you. And then Master Ericus's ghost comes out to him and says, are you ready to go to heaven with me, brother? Because even though you killed people, you possessed people, you destroyed entire worlds, you created the Heartless, it's all forgiven, because it was all for the greater good, Nicholas. The greater good.
I never played Kingdom Hearts, so I have no
I
idea what
mean,
you're talking about.
There's this old reference that gets made about for the greater good type of deal. So this is the reference is this: if you're a neutral good character in D&D, and in order to save the city, the orphanage with orphans inside must burn to the ground. Well, guess what? The orphanage is on fire. I'm not saying that we should just blanket forgive Garble. You are right. But if he were to, after this episode, show, or would have during this episode, shown a willingness to be a better person, then maybe he can earn that forgiveness.
I don't think so. because he was made across all the other seasons purely as a bully, as an antagonist.
Right. But what I'm saying, what I am saying is, all is not, from my perspective, all is not forgiven. But he's on the road to get there.
Road to friendship.
Sure, why not?
I mean,
All right, so you've made your 4 points, Spyro. Go on, we're listening. Fix the episode.
Fix the episode.
Right, I'm going to fix the episode, and I'm going to make Garble's redemption worthwhile, and I'll leave it and tie it back into all the other stuff. So, we can keep the same setup. It's hatching season, we've got the contrived reason to go. Fluttershy wants to watch the eggs. Fair enough, and we can all go, and we can all keep the egg mystery. However, we're going to pull in some outside sources in order to make this work. So, the yellow one and Ember, we find the eggs, and immediately, because Fluttershy takes care of animals, we take care of the animal sanctuary. She knows, from her bird knowledge, eggs need to be warm. If she can touch the eggs, she's not a dragon. She should be burning herself alive, so the eggs are cold. And the lava is being drained not by the asshole dragons, but from an outside source. There is a trail of lava flowing away from the hatchery, so they can now follow it. And that is what's going to be one of our 2 plot points. Apple Dash and Ember set off to find out what is draining the lava. On the other side, we're going to have the same reveal of Garble being a jerk to Spike, and then he has like this creative side, but we're going to reveal it literally instantly. Like, the dragons are gonna bully Spike a little bit, they're gonna go away, Spike's gonna find out that he's an asshole, and then he's going to find out that he's got these pent up emotions because he's creative. But he's not going to be a creative poet. Instead, he is going to be an artist, and he's going to draw pictures. During this scene, we're going to have it set at an actual house or a cave, you know, something that the Dragonlands needs. Where do they actually live? It's not all rocks and lava. Can we actually see some housing? So we're going to have a little cliffside and a couple of doors in the side of a mountain. Doesn't have to be anything fancy, but we actually have a place of residence. And they are going to watch him draw a picture, like he's drawing the sunset or he's drawing whatever, and Spike is going to compliment him. This is the first step of Spike trying to be friends with Smolder's brother. Being that he's being complimented for his art, he hates the fact Spike's doing it, but he likes the fact that he's been complimented for his art, so he will begrudgingly accept this compliment. He'll be like, yeah, thanks, I guess. And then he'll talk a little bit more. He won't be fully open, but he'll talk a little bit about some of his paintings, because it's his passion, and now he's starting to open up just a little bit, and we're going to notice a door. And Spike's going to point out that door. This is the point where Garble is going to just snap back to his old ways. He's going to grab Spike by the neck, slam him against the wall. You do not fucking open that door. Do not go into that door. If you go into that door, Spike, there'll be trouble. Spike says, okay, that door is now our plot point. That's the Chekhov's gun, that door. While this is going on, we're going to cut back to to Ember and Fluttershy. The lava is currently being drained away from the Dragonlands into the Everfree Forest or whatever's attached to the Dragonlands. We don't really have a map, but it's being drained out of the Dragonlands and away along basically like a little riverbed that's been dug out. Following it, they're wondering what's going on. You can have them having a little interaction with each other, talking to each other, and they're going to get to a cliff where the lava is basically like a waterfall. The lava is pouring off the cliff down to the bottom. We're going to get an upshot of them. So we're at the bottom of the cliff looking up. They're going to look over the cliff in shock, and they're going to be shocked at what they see. So, oh my god, what's down there? We don't get to see that yet. That's going to be basically the finale in a minute. So we don't know what's made them so shocked, but whatever's draining the lava is a shocking reveal. We now flick back over, let me scroll down, but we flick back over to Garble and Spike and the others. So, at this point, it is nighttime, and everybody is getting ready for bed. You know, it's quite late now. Spike is a baby dragon. Smolder's younger. You got to be in bed before curfew. They've now gone inside the house. They are now away, but Garble is going to stay outside. He wants to paint the night sky. As he's painting the night sky, he's going to randomly hold his head, and he's going to start saying strange things like "not now," trying to focus on his paintings, but he can't. And he gets a couple of random lines out before he knocks over the easel and the palette and flies away. This is going to create a lot of noise. Spike's going to wake up. He's going to come out, and he's going to see that everything's a mess. There's clearly been some sort of struggle, maybe. He's going to go over and investigate with Smolder, and they're going to turn over the painting, and we're going to see the words "no more." The kids start panicking. This is bad. What do we do? They knock over a pot of water, and the water, just because of the direction, a little bit convenience, but we can have a little bit of convenience. The water tips over towards the forbidden door. Oof, you don't think? No way, dude. My brother will freak, but he could be in danger. After a bit of back and forth, they're going to open the forbidden door. And as the light goes into the door and we start to see all the room being lit up, we see this is where all his bad paintings are kept. Abstract paintings, like fire burning villages, eyes all over a picture with strange runes, before it focuses onto one picture of Garble looking sad, with a crown on his head, sitting on a throne, with the eyes and runes all around him looking at the throne. The two fly off to track him down. Back to Ember and Fluttershy, we see them gliding down the side of the cliff to the bottom, where we get the big reveal. And all the lava is being pulled and drained into what looks like a black hole or a portal. The central part is pure black, like a black hole. That's just going... But the rim of the black hole is solid gold. Ember reaches out to touch it. The blast knocks her back, sends her flying, burns her hand slightly, and doesn't know what to do. This is pain like she's never felt before. She tries to describe it like nails scraping across a bone. It's unimaginable pain. This is bad juju, and they need to get advice from the Elder Dragon Lord. They need to go to Scorch, because whatever this thing is, it's bad. So they're going to fly off to get Scorched. But the eggs could obviously die in the meantime, so we need to make sure they're warm. So as she's getting Scorched, she will also do what she did in the episode. She will instruct the dragons to breathe fire on the eggs for the ending. And we're going to cut back one last time to tie up Garble, now that we've tied up the portal. Garble will land in a remote part of the Dragonlands, like really far out on the outer rim somewhere, and you're going to have like the wind, a strong gust of wind blowing from his back into like a cave formation, and we're only ever going to see his perspective. We're going to be constantly looking at his face because he's about to have an interaction. So he now is in position, and we hear a very deep, commanding, dominating voice. "You pathetic dragon from deep inside my domain, I've sent you simple instructions to follow. None dare fail me even once. But you, Garble, you have failed me twice. My lord, silence! You have no right to speak. You lost the title of Dragon Lord. You lost the sacred shield and allowed the pillars to be free. And I have lost my patience. And now there is one of them insipid ponies here, conspiring with the Dragon Lord to thwart my plans. However, since my other minions have now retrieved my bell, I am feeling generous. I am giving you one last chance to prove that you are what I have made you to be, a creature of destruction. Smolder and the others are going to get Ember's father to close my portal. Ambusher, seize the scepter for yourself and carry out your orders as previously given. Fail me again, and I will have no mercy on you or that miserable bit of rock that you call home. So now, we actually give Grogar some decency rather than sitting in the green room. A little bit of an accident that Spike and Smolder have been watching the whole time. They've heard the whole plan. The plan's been revealed. Grogar, or at least his eyes, look over, says stop them. This will now initiate the final fight where he chases them a little bit, sends Spike across the room, gets knocked over, corners at Smolder on a cliff, and he's holding her like at the neck, ready to throw her off that cliff, kill her. And she's like, "Are you really gonna kill your own sister?" He's obviously gonna have a headache. He's gonna try and fight it on the inside, and Spike will get up. They're gonna encourage him. You don't have to listen to the evil man. You're not evil. All the bad things that you did, it was all him. You're not evil. You can change. And obviously, it's a kids show, so he breaks free. He happily manages to get free, and they go off to the final bit where all the dragons blowing fire, and they hatch the eggs. Everybody's happy. But there's a little bit of the ending though. Ember has obviously told her dad, a big elder dragon with knowledge of the old world, about this portal. He thinks he knows what it is, and the elder dragon himself tells Fluttershy, because she's obviously going back there, she tells Fluttershy and Spike, don't say a word. Don't say anything about what you've seen. I will deal with this. And he will write a letter and do Spike's magical Twitter fire. He will blow the scroll away to wherever it is going, because there is potentially a very big, very powerful old world entity about to come down, and he knows, but he doesn't want the kids getting involved. He wants to try and protect the ponies and little baby Spike and his daughter. So Fluttershy, Spike, you tell no one about this. That way, that's the end by the way, but this is just like the extra bit. That way, you have now had a premise that Garble was actually doing war crimes, trying to like kill everybody with the dragon scepter and being an asshole for a legitimate reason, that the devil himself was controlling him, rather than just being an asshole for the sake of it. You're allowing your big final boss to actually be actively doing something rather than just sitting in the green room. And finally, you're actually writing people with some common sense, like Fluttershy touching the egg, rather than being like, I'm touching it. It should be burning me alive, but it's not. And that's how you fix it all.
Is it safe?
Yes. I mean, I get there might be some plot holes, and it might be some, little bits, but that was written in like 10 minutes, and I did a better job than Gobble's an asshole, and now he's redeemed.
Huh. I mean, it would definitely make a better episode.
And it would actually do something on the arc of Grogar, because
Master
let's
Code,
be
what's your
honest,
opinion?
calling me?
She's asking Master Code's opinion.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my mic was giving me weird stuff. So
You cut out again.
You got out.
Wait.
hey, I'm gonna go to someone else real quick. Hold on, let me check something.
Okay. I mean, it does like bring Grogar out of the green room, which is something I think they've been avoiding for the entire first half of the season as much as possible. For what reason, I don't know, but at the same time, Um, I want to get this straight in my head real quick. Did you just suggest that Garble's been working for Grogar the entire series?
Yes.
That would actually make more sense than, oh, Grogar created everyone, that's why they're evil. Like, no, he's actually been manipulating everyone since the beginning. That would make a lot more sense.
I don't think Hasbro would go for that on the grounds that they wouldn't want to do a retcon.
What retcon? You have what you have said in your own Generation 9 that Grogar has been around for hundreds of years, if not thousands of years, because, it potentially is the same Grogar from Generation 1 because Gusty was a Generation 1 pony. And just because he lost his bell, he didn't die, he didn't, go into a deep sleep. He's still been walking around doing stuff, so it's not like he's not been active for 1,000 years, he's just been looking for his bell.
I also want to point something else out. Is it just me, or is everything they pull from some ancient source that is way back? Why isn't there anyone making new magical items?
Because they don't know how to.
All the manuals they got destroyed.
I mean, they could have, the most newest thingamajig that they could have done, that they have done, are the elements of magic, and what is it? The Clover the Clever stuff, and the 5 and the artifacts that the other races used, but they never really explained what their magical capabilities are, what they can actually do with them. They just use them to make a portal to drain all the magic or whatever. They never actually told us, oh, this crown can actually give you magic spells. You can cast magic spells. That's how the Griffin King actually ruled over the Griffins, because he had magic and he could do some stuff. But they never really do anything of that writing. They just go with the simple writing because they think that kids will understand complicated stuff. But then again, we have the bell and all this Gen 1 thingamajig, so
Mario
I don't know.
Rockport, to answer your question about what's wrong with the writers a lot of the time is they're brought on without having to watch previous episodes to know what's gone
Yep,
on
I know.
before, and a lot of the episodes are written simultaneously rather than in order, so the writers are not necessarily working in concert, and it shows particularly in season 8 and season 4 where that's occurring.
I honestly
On this one.
hope, yeah, and this one, and the last one. I honestly hope that either for next gen or the movie or whatever you're gonna do, I just hope that they actually make the writing a little bit better. Maybe for this gen it's already over. I've seen that the production is already over. That there's nothing to do. Whatever's done is done. But please, if the next gen is going to be actually different, as they're supposedly saying, just make it actually different in the writing, where it's going to be, where most bronies are going to focus on right now. Because at the start, we didn't really care a lot about overarching plots or anything. It was just fun and ponies and adventures and all stuff. But if you're starting to get these kind of arcs around and introducing new characters, new lore, and everything, I think you can go around it, write something a little bit better and a little bit more adult, like Spyro's idea. You don't actually have to kill anyone. You don't have to show any blood. You just actually do something a little bit more. Your audience is growing up. It's just friggin' what is it, Toy Story, Harry Potter. They know their audiences are growing up, and they grow up with them. So they make it a little bit more, for everyone.
Just quickly, kind of going back to the whole, why aren't there new magical artifacts? It adds more to the lore. It feels more mystical and old objects from long ago are suddenly resurfacing. Whereas if they did a lot like every season where they brought back a whole bunch of brand new stuff, like, oh, I've won the win the game button. All I have to do is just press this button and this thing is mine, or hey, I invented the Infinity Gauntlet, or something like that. But the other reason maybe, or it could be simply that since Grogar he has AT&T internet, he can't download the PDS for new stuff.
Also, White, you are correct. You did get the reference, but I threw it together in 10 minutes, but I thought it'd work. And as for you, Magical, I feel Spyro's idea would be better suited for a special. No, you just might have to make it 2 parts, and you could scrap the Applejack episode that's coming up. There's nothing in it. We could have had 2 episodes to redeem Garble, but like Discord that should have been 2 episodes. Redemptions always happen in 1 episode. I can't wait for Chrysalis's redemption to be 1 episode. I can't wait for T-Rex redemption to be 1 episode. I can't wait for the Devil's redemption to be 5 minutes at the very end.
That's just in case it's comment on that. That's one of the things where it's a good idea to kind of wrap up everything and kind of, if you can do it right, you can reform people or let them die. Either way, it is nice to like clean up all those loose ends and whatnot. But I'm scared that they were gonna have an episode where we're gonna reform Aizodal and Dr. Cabaleron or some other lesser than villains or whatever.
So I hope they don't pull a Game of Thrones.
No, my biggest problem, my biggest fear is they're gonna redeem Grogar. Like, Chrysalis, she's gonna become a skill. I've accepted that she's gonna become a skill. Tyrek, they've got Scorpan in the book. Scorpan can come back at any time and redeem him. But it's like Grogar is supposed to be this ultimate evil, the one that can beat up all the other villains, especially with his bell. He hates everything and will not submit to friendship. You will kill me before I submit. But because it's all magic of friendship, you can change their place. You may have killed people. You may have, destroyed countless cities. But if the devil can change, we can all change. If that's the final episode, I swear if they redeem him in the final episode.
Keep it. They're gonna do it. Like, I can bet money. They're gonna do it. They're definitely gonna do it. One way, I don't know how. Maybe in the movie, because they're saying that the next movie is going to, tie up everything or whatever. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna do it somehow.
Or maybe everyone dies.
Please. No, seriously, if they pull a freaking Infinity War, I wouldn't mind, but write it properly. Actually write it properly.
They can't. This season was supposed to be the Infinity War with big bad purple Whalmer coming out and beating everybody up, and he's just been sitting there looking at his AT&T.
Let me clarify one thing about that statement. He's blue, not purple.
No, but I'm talking about Thanos, the angry shiny Whalmer.
Oh.
It's like Grogar was supposed to be the angry shiny Whalmer. He was supposed to come out with his Infinity Bell and just, like Infinity War, he ain't got the stones yet, he ain't got the bell yet, but he can still smack people around and show them who's the boss. And then he gets his bell. But we see nothing of Thanos.
I'm gonna take revenge on these ponies. I'm gonna watch Netflix and chill. So yeah, this episode.
Does anybody have anything else they want to bring up, Master Code?
One of the things, kind of going back to one of the reasons I never really liked any of the Dragon episodes, anytime I go to the Dragonlands, every time we learn a bit of new lore about the dragons, it never makes any sense, or it's something odd, like the Laughing Fire. why wasn't this in any other episode? You know, they were clearly laughing in all the other in the previous times. I was like, oh, we need something new. We need a new plot device. We need the fire laughing, laughing fire, brilliance. You know, or even something not in the Dragonlance per se, but you know, the Dragon Code. You know, from Spike Your Service. It's whenever they introduce some new element to the Dragonlance to try to expand their lore, it just comes off as weird and forced. And that's one of the reasons I never got into any of the Dragonlance episode is I just can't follow it. It's like they just invent a new thing for whatever's convenient for the plot. It's never consistent.
Now go on.
It's quite simple because they don't care. I am now fully, after this episode, I am fully under the assumption that they only care about the ponies and the Skittles. They don't care about the yaks. Yak smash thing. Lore created. They don't care about the dragons. Dragons are assholes. Dragons are retards. We might reform one every now and again, but whatever. They live in rocks. Lore created. We don't care about the griffins. They live in some rundown place and they're all assholes. Lore created. Like, they don't care. They only care
Engadus is
about...
an orphan.
Hmm.
Engadus is an orphan.
It's like, I know it's over, but like, please, in Generation 5, if you are going to make a world, like, actually have dedicated people. Like, if you want to bring back your old staff to make the ponies, fine. They can have Equestria. They can make the ponies. If you're going to include other species like dragons, hippogriffs, griffins, you go out and you get people that know what they're doing, and it's like, right, you're the griffin team, you're the dragon team, you're the hippogriff team, you're the changeling team. Actually make some real lore and not just hand wave it away like they have done in Generation 4.
I mean, I was kind of hoping we'd have a Zebralands episode, but that's me.
Zebras, zebras, zebras.
But what lore could you do? That again, it comes back to the point that they don't care about anything but ponies. All right, well, they live in Africa, so they live in mud huts and throw spears. Nah, it's good enough. But sir, that might come across as racist. I guess we just won't make one though. Well, you know, you could always like come up with some interesting lore, like Zakora makes potions and she's a spellcat. Nah, it's too much hard work. Just maybe we'll put it in Generation 5, but you know, we got ponies, we got Skittles. Like, we don't need the other species.
But what if the zebras were the most technologically advanced race on Equestria?
Yeah, it could just be that Zakora's just weird.
I
They've
mean,
invented space travel.
that would be like a fun twist that we just go to like the equivalent of Africa, and they were just like, oh no, it's like Black Panther. The zebras are Wakanda, and they've got all the magic space crystals.
Yeah, and they build a spaceport, and there's a moon base, and then there's this red and white striped pony who's left there. And oh wait, that's Project Horizon.
That's racist, King Bronze. It's my little creature now. They made a school. They've got everybody there. Smash Ultimate. Everybody is here. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Also, I like what White said. Zebra Kanda forever.
I mean,
So what? There's gonna be like a black zebra? Oh shit!
are you gonna argue if there's a zebra that claims that his stripes are white?
And
No,
his
no.
gold is black.
Yeah, it'll be a reverse zebra. Like, the leader of Zebra Kanda, like, when they drink the magic tree juice, like, their colours reverse, so the stripes become white and the fur becomes black.
Black or white.
I mean, then again, like this season is it's a nice thing and all that, but this isn't so. There's nothing else they could add except if they add something in the movie, which they did the last time, but it's their Gen 4.5 or 5, so
All right, well.
just please better writing. That's all I
We're
want.
getting off subject. I'm out of
Okay.
points. I think Spyro's out of points. Master Code, do you have anything you want to slam with?
I think we pretty much conquered everything.
Awesome. So you colonized it. Got it. Moon Knight, do you have anything else?
Yes. Did one of the eggs look like Spike egg?
Yes.
Like,
Did
so.
So Spike's parents are still in the Dragon's Lands. Yes, and that's never going to be resolved.
No. Your answer is no. You're never gonna find out. The answer's no.
I hate you, writers.
They're gonna give us Scootaloo's parents, but you can never have Spike's.
I know. Wait. They're gonna give us Squirrel's parents and their aunts, but they never gave us Spike's parents. Like,
By the way,
sweet.
quote unquote aunts, and they're walking hoof and kissing each other, but they're aunts.
Yeah, I know they're lesbian. Every news, even in my country, was like, "Oh, they're lesbian in the kitchen." Ah. Oh, hi, Steven Universe. Oh, hi, freaking Gravity Falls.
Did you see? Did you see the two gay background stallions?
I did.
At this point, they're in like every episode though, because they were in that like high school dance. They were in that
Yeah,
episode,
they've just been like inserting these two gay unicorns in the background in every single episode. I'm just like, I'm waiting for the fan fiction thing to come up. I'm just waiting.
Can we have them in their bedroom? I mean,
Anyway, I'm gonna move to Q&A unless someone's gonna protest.
yeah.
Do we think that Garble knows about Smolder's secret love for frilly stuff and tea parties? I would say yes, because that would be something. If Garble is sharing with Smolder about the poetry thing, I think it's going the other way too. Anybody else?
I agree
Yes.
with that.
He was at a tea party. She was like around that table drinking tea and eating cupcakes.
Exactly.
Is no one going to mention the attempted baby Phoenix egg murder? We mentioned that repeatedly.
Yeah, those are like the Spyro only said about the throne and everything, but yeah, the idea is that he's done really bad stuff, like almost committing murder with a ton of creatures and races, and he wanted to kill the ponies when he was a Dragon Lord. So yeah, it's that's why I was so angry about him being redeemed so quickly. Like,
Okay, Mario Rockport, I have to point this out. Yes, Spike has accepted the ponies as his family, but we are so determined to discover our origin, whether it be our parents or the origin of humanity itself, that we literally will go to no amount of ends to find that particular thing. Like BioWare originally created their entire RPG worlds off the idea of your origin is one of the most important thing that you choose at the start of the game, i.e. Mass Effect and Dragon Age Origins. So no, Spike will always want that answer regardless, and we as the audience want him to find that answer, but I don't think they're going to give it to us.
And then BioWare made Anthem.
Let's not talk about that.
Well, no. See, if you
with surprise mechanics.
if you want to find out about Spike's parents, you have to pay for the DLC. It's $35.
Attention,
One for each
all
parent.
My Little Pony fans. Spike needs
Okay.
your help.
I have to point this out, though. I think the reason that they won't ever actually show us his real parents is because the show doesn't believe and never did believe that they could actually do it well.
I disagree with that. If like half the fandom can get in an uproar at the perfect pair, like you just mentioned the perfect pair, and everybody's like, "It's the best episode! Oh my god, Applejack's parents were done so amazing." if they can do perfect pair good, they could do Spike's parents good.
Just
it's
just
like
Spike's parents would be more angry and full of joking.
no, it's like it does digressing a little bit. It's kind of like that Half-Life 3. Oh, it wouldn't be really good in this time, so maybe in future generations it's like they can do it. They could probably do it properly if they actually got the right writer for it. Like there's been some good Spike episodes, so why not give him or her the chance?
Back to our Q&A. Why weren't Garble's friends severely punished for basically preventing childbirth? I mean, they got yelled at, but I don't think that Ember understands how to punish other dragons yet.
Yes, she does.
She does. She could have freaking knocked them out of the park.
Again, no, but I have to point this out. She was standing next to her dad half the time, and he was the guy that had punished people. He would smack people around. But again, though, they were only doing bad things because they weren't allowed to express themselves. And after Garble did and made everybody laugh, everybody can express themselves. You get a redemption, and you get a redemption,
Calm down.
and
Calm
you
down.
get a redemption.
Calm down. Calm down. Calm down.
This is going to turn into a Red Dead Redemption. Oh,
That was good. That was actually good. Like Silver Quill would be proud of you. Now somebody punch him.
all I do is win, win. All I do is
Whack.
I dodge.
You are not a monk. For do we think that Garble is the same brother Smolder mentioned in Meltdown?
No.
No.
Yeah.
The writers would say
I'm on
yes.
the fence. I'm on the fence.
Yeah,
Which
like the
kind of
writers.
offense?
I think it was just like a thrown excuse with Garble, like, well, we need to redeem him some way. Do you remember in that one episode where we said Smolder had a brother? Genius. He's the brother now. They don't even look alike. If anything, I would say that Spike is Smolder's brother. They look more similar with the facial structure.
Now here's the next one. Will Fluttershy want to form a therapy support group for dragons?
Yes.
I kind of have to go with yes. I can totally see Fluttershy going to the Dragonlands once a week, having like actual chairs for them to all sit in that are fireproof, and goes, all right, everybody, just gather around now, and let's share our feelings.
It's the Feels Forum for dragons.
And
I mean, if Changeling.
and Garble being in the middle of it, playing the bongos and ripping poetry.
Go.
I mean, if changelings can do like circles of love and whatever the frick that was, yeah, why not?
Yeah, Feels Forum.
So, did the writers just make the dragons care about being the biggest? Yeah, that's been the theme for dragons the whole time, Mario.
I think we answered that question.
Why
Life
wasn't
matters.
Smolder in the Gauntlet of Fire?
For convenience.
She was over there in the distance. You just didn't see her. She blended in with the.
I would go with because Gauntlet of Fire is like 3 seasons ago, right? 2-3 seasons ago?
I think it's a little bit more.
I mean, you see, this is why I brung up the problem with, you know, the whole Mediclor.
It's 3 seasons ago.
I mean, whatever it was, you see, this is the whole Mediclorians thing. You can't just introduce a plot point without breaking everything else. Because Smolder, Spike was old enough to take place in the Gauntlet. She would have been too. And I don't know about you, but I don't think she would have reacted well to hearing her brother A, say that he's going to commit war crimes against ponies, and B, watching him try to legitimately murder Spike on the jagged rocks below. Because he didn't have wings then.
I think if we notice for the Gauntlet of Fire, Spike is the only dragon, 1, without wings, and 2, that is smaller than half Garble size. I think that Spike was called because he was in a foreign land, and that the local dragons, the ones that hadn't gone through a molt yet, wouldn't have been called in the first place. So that's why Smolder doesn't appear, is because she hadn't molted yet.
Wait. Wasn't Spike supposed to be stronger now?
Better, faster, stronger.
Spike just was in a foreign land, and all the other dragons were in the Dragonlands, so 1 + 1 = 2. Hey Spyro, this is the last question. Would you like to be a writer for G5?
I mean, yes. I wouldn't say writer, but I'd say, like, maybe, like, plot editor. Like, you know, we sit everybody down, and it's like, what's your plan? Right, we want to have Grogar as the overarching villain. Okay, well, every episode, we're not just going to go off on our own and then come back a week later and say, I made this. No, we're all going to sit round together and we're going to say, right, Fiaura, what's your story for this week and how is it going to further the plot? Not just, Applejack, is Santa Claus actually real? Yes, Apple Bloom, Santa Claus is actually real.
Alright, Spyro, why don't you go ahead and upload what other
Show the artwork.
whatever horrific creation you've made. I'm gonna. So what I've got coming up right now, guys, I haven't managed to finish the FOE chapter because of food poisoning, and I actually started having problems with my health before I went to MLP MSP. So I got 3 pages finished, and then I spent the rest of this week propped up in my bed until yesterday. I got my first actual solid food this morning, but since Monday I've been eating like chicken soup and Jello, and drinking more Gatorade than I ever want to see ever again. God, it's like I'm on the wrestling team again.
Which kind of Gatorade?
Orange.
Orange. That's the worst. That's the worst flavor you could drink.
It has citrus in it, which is something that the doctor said I should be ingesting to prevent scurvy. And since
I could have done
couldn't
that
hold
one.
down orange juice, I had to get something that had citrus in it.
What about lemon or lime?
Lemon lime actually has no vitamin C. Orange is the only Gatorade that has vitamin C.
Interesting.
Well then. It's a shame Barney Craig's not here as well.
So this weekend,
not necessarily in that.
So,
Yay,
No, I'm not
solid
going
foods.
so like today was kind of a weird day, guys. I understand because there's only there started with 6 of us and 2 of them had to leave, so there's only 4 of us. Brony Critic had a family reunion to go to. Jasper and Solar are off at a bachelor party for Josh Scorcher, and Golden Fox, it's his birthday. So if he was here right now, I would say we all sing happy birthday to him. But he's not. The other thing I will actually be doing for you guys. Wednesday we will resume Fallout Equestria tabletop. Tuesday we're resuming our new series, Redhurst Academy of Wizards. It's Dungeons and Dragons for Harry Potter. That's literally the description. And I will be doing a midnight stream tonight as normal. It just won't involve alcohol because my stomach. Bob gave me a swig of cider to see what would happen, and let's just say I needed to go to bed this afternoon.
So instead of a drunk stream, it's a Gatorade stream.
Maybe. Anyway, what do you got coming down the pipe, Master Code, while Spyro gets this artwork uploaded? Because as soon as he gets...
No, I've got it all lined up, ready to go. I do it on Discord.
Dude, then just upload it.
Upload
It's
the
a
damn.
comic. I want to explain each panel.
We literally are waiting on you on an actual Discord notification before we actually talk about the artwork.
All right. Well, I'll pull the first one then. So, I went with your idea of I'm annoyed at the writers, so I'm gonna go have a very British chat. But because all dragons are bad, I'm gonna have the first part. Read Spike first.
I don't have any artwork.
It's going. There it goes.
What the heck?
Because it happened in the episode, it's a callback. But you read Spike and then you read why Hasbro's a bad person.
Why does this kind of
Whoop,
stuff
whoop, whoop.
happen to me nearly every dragon-related episode? Don't worry, my cute little spiky wikey. Our dragon is going to teach the writer a lesson for making you and the others look stupid.
So I went and I got the writer. There he is. That's the writer. That's him, boys.
Oh boy, your skills in terms of you can't spell the word writing and scripting on this episode was exceptionally. Go on. Oh, you didn't use the word bad. You just went with mediocre.
You haven't seen Villainous, have you?
And then he must be punished.
Oh god.
And the last one. Well, maybe the last one won't be so bad. Maybe it'll just
Maybe.
be
Maybe not.
nice. See, he's just wearing a top hat and monocle as all
And
British
that's
people.
at best. At worst, it is of a poor quality and shows your ineptitude, due to which you shall now face true British punishment of being shown the door without being offered tea and crumpets. For shame.
Well, no, you gotta have bad teeth too, because all British people have bad teeth. You gotta throw
Yeah,
that-
you don't. Oh, you messed up. You don't have bad teeth.
Yeah, and he has to say, "Hello, Governor. What's all this then? You want some tea and crumpets? Go on
No. No, he writ a bad episode. He doesn't get tea and crumpets.
So
He did bad.
the other. So I have to say this now, because I have to make this phone call this week, and I'm going to regret poor life decisions. Fall Papers also regrets poor life decisions, as does Silver Quill. At MLP MSP, this is something that if you weren't at the con, you wouldn't know this yet. So everybody who's here attending right now, you're getting a little sneak preview. We put our bodies and ways of life on the line for charity. We raised more than $13,000. Which is more charity money than the previous 3 years of that convention have ever raised before. Fall Papers has agreed to the following. 1. He can't drink tea for 365 days.
Jesus.
Excuse me.
A
What
British
kind?
person gave up tea for a year.
What kind of inhumane, torturous people are you? Do you
We
understand?
weren't
what I'm
done.
saying?
We weren't done.
That's
And
all I need
then-
to hear. You just sentenced him to death. You just sentenced that British man to death for not allowing him to have tea.
And then, because we made $10,000, he agreed at BronyCon to pour tea into the Baltimore Harbor.
Baltimore what?
The main point is they're torturing him. They are
It's gonna be the
literally
Boston Massacre.
making this man's soul scream.
We're not finished.
Oh
there-
god, there's more?
There's more. Silver Quill's fate. There was a Pokemon set with a bunch of the new generation Pokemon that none of us knew.
Oh no.
He agreed that if that set of Pokemon stuff went for $100, he would make a video researching all of them as a full book report. It went for $120. We're not finished.
Oh, you.
We're not finished with this.
There's
Then
more?
came a show-accurate Guardians of Harmony Hippogriff Guard.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
They only ever made this Guardians of Harmony model one time. He agreed that if it went for $200, before we even started the auction, if it went for $200, he would do his book report with a new style show accurate version of Silver Quill as his puppet. $270.
Is there more?
And then there's my fate. I said, because I have to get my hair done anyway, that if we made more than $10,000, and at the time when I said this, we were at $6,500, and we only had an hour left, so I thought there's no way we're making $3,500. We doubled $6,500, so I have reports decisions. I said that whoever put us over the 10K mark would get to decide what my hair would be at BronyCon. When we got to $9,582, the AV team pitched in to auction something for $420 to put us over the 10K mark so they could have the right to my hair. So first off, my hair went basically for $420, which means that so far the streak is not broken for my charity stuff going for $420. And second, they chose that my hair must be Tide Pod at BronyCon.
What?
Blue and orange.
No, blue orange with a white center.
Oh God!
And they're getting me. Hold on, they're getting me a new lab coat. And Screw Loose is going to sew a Tide Pod cutie mark onto the lab coat where my hip is for BronyCon. So I will literally be at BronyCon dressed as a Tide Pod.
So if anyone challenges you to a fight, you can consider it a Tide Pod challenge? Hey, as long as one person laughs, that's the rule of comedy. That means it's
Bronze, I agreed to record this whole process. So on Monday after I get back from the DMV and I call the hair salon, I'm going to record calling the hair salon. Then I'm going to come in, sit down with the lady, and record every bit of our interaction from beginning to end. And then when I show up to BronyCon, I'm going to record proof that I walked up to the vendor hall registration desk with my hair as Tide Pod.
So was Jesus. was the hippogriff guard thing the Stratus Skyguard from the movie?
They're
Or
going
is
to
it
actually
something-
put on the back of the lab coat, if you put me in my, if you put me in your mouth, I'll effing kill you. Literally straight. They're literally going to turn me into that little meme of someone holding the Tide Pod pony.
So if someone numbs you, they're going to die.
So that's all of my upcoming shenanigan. Insane Spyro, what are you up to?
Well, from what I've heard, you and Silverquill got off incredibly easy. All you got to do is dye your hair, and all he's got to do is write a book report. And then you've got this poor British man that's going to be sitting there on December 12th, snow piling in, freezing to death, and he's looking at the kettle just like, I need one. I can't help one. There's a rope. I could use the rope. I could escape right now. You're cruel. You're all cruel. You two got off so easy, and you've made a British person give up tea when it's coming to winter time, when tea is one of the most essential things. For shame. And also Magic, no, that writer does not get scones. He gets no tea, he gets no crumpets, he gets no scones at all. Coffee is his friend. Yeah. But yes, as for me, I am doing an ass ton of stuff this week. I have done a first impressions of Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, where we read the entirety of Activision's 42-page contract, where
Plus 28.
plus 28, where goddamn, there are some really sketchy things in there. I did a first impressions of Cadence of Hyrule. It's really good, you should get it. And I did a first impressions of Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. It's really good, and you should definitely get it. That one was well worth what I put into it. Bloodstained, so good. So across the coming weeks, I will actually be doing proper edited reviews of those. I'll be streaming more Bloodstained tomorrow onwards because we've got that to finish off. What else am I doing? I'm going to be drawing next week's art, whatever that turns out to be. And I think that's about it for now. Yes, it is. So on to Mastercode.
Crikey, mate, you seem like you're a bit of sticky wicky. I might have to give you a fiver and whatnot. You know, it's all bells and whistles and pip pip tally ho and whatnot and British things and stuff. And anyway, as for me, yes.
I'm just going to stop you there. When you were like saying crikey, mate, you sounded more Australian than British.
Well, they're basically the same thing.
And
They're
now,
not,
ladies and gentlemen, we get to watch a British dragon eat a very American earth pony.
No, I'm fine, but I'll just say this: like, Scootaloo's parents are Australian. Dark waters await one of their futures.
Well,
And,
you're driving
and
the
a
wrong side of
stingray.
the road. Anyway, as for me, what I got coming up, hopefully by next weekend, me and Bliss's collab on the Season 9 opener will be out. And as per usual, be doing editing more analysis anarchy, and that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing. And so, good goodbye, Joe, mates. Good God, 5 on you, I'll tell you what.
You trying to do Cockney rhyme and slang? Well, that's alright. We'll just go up the apples and pears and have a Bobby Fifer.
Look out for the Bobby and the lorry and the monkey and the...
And you're only doing like one. What if they're from Liverpool? What if we want to go scrumping around the back end of Liverpool?
Or they
Yeah,
got
no one
Scott
knows
is
who
like
that
the
is.
wool trading.
Anyway, Mr. Moon Knight, what do you got?
Hi. Well, right now I was thinking on making some reviews on the episodes, at least on the ones I actually like, because the ones I don't like, honestly, I don't really like think that I can put any effort or any jokes into them, because most of them are just not really good. I'm going to try to get that. Probably put some stuff on Question Racing and also how shady some stuff it is and how the pit stop is really expensive. And yeah, just that, maybe some covers here and there if I get the time, because, you know, life and stuff. Yep.
Alright, well, I hope you guys will check out my fellow analysts here, and thank all you guys for helping make this podcast work. We'll see you guys next week for what's next week's episode?
Next week's episode is about Centre, I think.
Oh,
Oh, gosh,
wait. Is next week's episode Applejack Goes to Vietnam?
No, next week's episode is Apple Bloom asking if Santa Claus is real. Apple Bloom, I'm sure that Santa Claus is definitely real.
I think
This is definitely a worthwhile episode, y'all. I'm so
Oh,
glad
yeah,
we took
it
time
is.
out to...
It is.
Wait.
It is where the Applejack Vietnam memes are coming from. Okay.
It's about if Cernias is real and if hashtag bring the national decks back is actually real.
Also, Nelson put Mastercode, I'm not British, and I feel like hurting you.
I have to save my girlfriend Tana from the evil Dr. Cortex.
What did I say?
Anyway,
You said that British and Australian people were the same.
That's that sounds like falsified information.
Anyway, I linked the event for tonight, guys. We'll be doing a play-by chat where I'm gonna actually play Pathfinder Kingmaker finally, and then they're gonna decide my fate. I just have this look of shame on my face that you can't see right now.
Tight butt.
Good night, everybody. Good night.
Okay, so
everybody.
I'm gonna point this out. 1, 2, when is TrotCon? Hold on. Because it'll have to be the week before TrotCon's when it'll have to be done. TrotCon's July 19th. So I've only got 1, 2, 3. So in 3 weeks, my hair will be Tide Pod. And I'm just...
Woo!
I regret everything.
We've also got a mob forming around the fact that Mastercode said Australians and British are the same. Magical Star is also saying we all want to hurt Mastercode.
That's fair.
Come on.
The Wooders
They both
are
sound
angry,
the same.
Mastercode.
Come on, they're very similar. They're both goofy acts.
The Wooders are gonna get you, Mastercode. They're gonna roll with their sheep-like bodies into your bed.
Yes, everyone. We'll all meet you outside for the tar and feathering and pitchfork and torch mob against Mastercode. In the meantime, good night.
Good night.
Good night.
I love you all.